What you're seeing here is my updated flying Inaros build. I mean Wukong build after the Lua Prey mission. I have since updated. Actually, from what you can see, there's nothing new here. But the reason why I'm upgrading my build again is because of the Lua Steel Path survival missions, the new missions, and it is quite demanding compared to before, and we need a more tankier frame to do the job. As you can see, the level goes from 180 to 200, sorties, then arbitrations, then steel path, and the highest that the steel path missions can go is only up to 100. And then there's the Archon hunts, where none of the faction build designs would work, or would it? I don't know, I didn't test, and I don't like to use faction mods. I like to keep it simple, one build and rule them all. So for the Archon missions, it goes all the way up to 150, and that's about it. So with this new Circulus conjunction survival missions in Steel Path, a few things that you can do. You can of course grind for the new arcanes. You can level up your weapons quite fast given the swarm in of the enemies at high levels, and the return in the missions is also quite good, in the sense you get all kinds of goodness that you can get almost from all other different branchings of missions. I say branching because, as you know, DE is effectively recycling all its tile sets with different so-called factions, add up to the difficulty, and call it a new game. At least now, finally, they realize that, hey, survival missions is the way to go. That's what most people would play, even after a long time, to show their capability, to show that they can do endurance run up to level 9999. But that's a different story to discuss. The point here being is demanding, so I'm giving them a demanding build, and so this is my flying Inaros build. I call it that because of all this also. I put in 6 of these health mods. I know this is not conventional. Wukong in the normal mission doesn't need it. I've seen people put in duration mods for a longer Cloudwalker. There are also other ways to up the health by means of the new Lua Prey arcanes, but that means it will take up one of your arcane slots and it may not be the one effect that you like. Anyway, come back to the build. I have Molt augmented. I've been having this since quite long ago for its ramp up of strength. Those of you who've seen me play or seen my previous videos, you know that I have Gloom built for Wukong for its agility and for its survival tankiness. Gloom works best when you have a mid to small range, a range that is close enough or far enough that the enemy will not cause you any harm. So I have keep it at about 100%. The key here is the slowness with enough power strength. In Waiki it says 272%. You would have the max 95% slowdown. I am now close to 90, but with the mod augmented, it can go all the way up to 95, and in most cases it's overkill. You don't need that. So that makes the mod augmented an optional slot in. You can either have more health, I know it's overkill, or you can also use arcane acceleration, right? I used arcane acceleration before this, and it's helpful in giving you the output and damage that you need. For the highest fire rate of 90% extra, it does help in how I use my envoy, but I'll keep it here for now. I may test it further and replace this with either the health mod or just the accelerated. Either way is good. The thing with this mod augmented is also, in the event where you need to use the stick as your weapon, then the power can go way up high. You can get effectively 60% extra on power strength, and that will help you on your Wukong stick, Primal Fury. You don't need to have Archon mods here. I just put it there because I have it and because I can. Not that I have anything to proc the coal here. And I may proc some toxin status here and there. Depends on what weapons I use or change to. Umbral is the latest addition. Pairing with Vitality, I get more health and I get higher power strength, which brings me closer to the 90% of Gloom. And don't bother with this so-called 30% ability strength in addition, because it won't proc with Gloom. So I replace it with the Umbral Intensify instead, knowing that it won't work and won't proc the additional ability strength. And even does it when it procs, there's only a short 10% duration. And the fact that it won't work in Gloom, there's no point. Molt efficiency is a simple one. Is for the additional duration gain when you are doing the flying, the Cloud Walker. I've also replaced my secondary with this Spore Laser on a Pax Charge Arcane, where it converts the armor picking into a recharge form, just like your arc gun. Secondary Merciless, there are the Shards options that can bump up the damage, but there is no way that this bump up can replace or work as effective as your Merciless Arcanes, be it primary or secondary. So there is no point of changing it. This is still my Envoy build. Don't suppose I have a Riven yet. May not use it anyway. So this is a high fire rate build. I will go for the 90% instead of the speed trigger, because despite the minus 15% damage, you still have a higher KPS Q per second for the greater fire rate. Trade-offs is for quality of life, not so much on damage, but when you need it, if you need it, you can still use it. It's not that bad, not the best, but good utility. You can also replace it with the other sister weapon called, what is it called? Lotem? Smita, there's a saying of having synth fiber. If you are using the Lua Prey new arcanes, I don't think I would use the arcanes. This is my build since day one anyway. Mischief is an important one to keep it alive, so make sure you put it in. You become invisible for 9 seconds, and in most time, keep your kitty away from harm's way. So that's my new build for your speedrun, for your flying Inaros. I call it flying Inaros because there's another way of interpreting it. Wukong by himself, by his passive, he has 3 revives. That gives you 4 lives per every mission. And then your Arcane gives you another 6 revives. Total of 10 lives in one mission. Given the very deep health pool of 2010, your Gloom will help you to stay alive in most cases. I don't say in all cases, because if you get one shot after your shield gating already triggered, you can still go down. But in most cases, as long as you are moving around, if you are swamped, roll away, you are as tanky, if not more tankier than an Inaros, because of your mobility, because of how easy you can regen your health as needed and when needed. And don't forget, your twins will always be the assistants that Inaros will not have. I say assistants, I don't say AFK partner. Despite the nerf, your twin will still give you a lot of ease of mind, quality of life, and the Cloud Walker in this case, because you are growing in your power strength with the Molt augmented, you are effectively flying faster and faster as you do more kills. Add up with the duration and the additional durations, you are actually covering much more ground than before. So all this has a positive, mutual, beneficial relation as you put things in. And I would say this is a more convenience in Inaros. What do you think? I'm sure there's better build out there as always. Don't forget to share in the comment section if you have them, and show us what else Wukong is capable of. Tell the whole world what you think worked best for you. In a moment, we'll try this new build in the Archon mission as well as the conjunction. I can always swap to the secondary, the Spore Laser, to give time to the Envoy to replenish, so that you don't have to be a sitting duck waiting for reload and get killed. One way of keeping up with the survivability, yet I still die. Yeah. Wow, the teammate is a bit weak here. Inaros. How I wish there are more arcane slots. Then I don't have to choose. I can slot in whatever that I want. Maybe that's the next upgrade that DE will bring, I'm guessing. Because they have been taking the easy way out of so-called upgrading the games nerfing here, nerfing there, and then give you another upgrade, and then nerf it again. But it's all the same tile sets repeated, even the same game modes repeated with a different faction, so-called. Quick swap. That's one Archon mission to go. I should say 2 more to go. Let's swap back. Let's swap back with Arcane Acceleration. I'll keep this here. Looks like my strength will cap at 254. Reasonably high. Looks like it's slow enough. When I say slow enough, what it means is that it gives them... It causes the slow movement that they can't have enough time to aim before I move away. That is by my definition of slow enough. That's 88% of slowness. But in return, I'm getting this fire rate, which changed things a lot. These Archon Hunt missions are chaotic enough and demanding in the sense that you don't want to fall down. If you fall, I mean if you die, and you don't get revived, you lost your mission. You lost all your progress and rewards. So you have to redo that particular mission again. So in one way, that's how DE create new missions. I am kinda expecting DE to do better in making the game more attractive. DE today is like a one-trick pony. It keep upping the difficulty and not adding much new here. Not powerful weapons. Arguably you can save frames, but if you have a frame that is so versatile, you don't swap that often. You can see when there are needs, we are still looking at old frames, Frost even, for crowd control and quick killings. And that has always been, and I think always will be, the theme for Warframe. Quick killing of enemies in a herd. Oh man, someone died. In a horde, in a herd, in big crowd. And Sentients is now everywhere. Even the new Lua missions, it strikes you every 5 minutes. For Archons, no one wants to see how they spawn. It always gets skipped. That is why you need a deeper pool of health. And when there's no ammo, okay, all the tin cans have spawned. You can either swap to the secondary, spore laser, or you can always call out your arc gun, which I am not for now, saving it for the Archon. Oh, okay. I don't think he can make it. Sorry, man. That's the cruelty of this Archon Hunt mission. If you die, you don't get nothing. You spectate, and then a mission message pops up, says that you won't get any reward. Your kill is not counted, then you need to redo. And thus the guy left. So with the health pool that I have some 10k health with my twins. It helps to keep him alive in many cases. Not when I don't have ammo. So time to call the out weapon. Just die. Just kill those around him and then kill him and you're done. At least for this one. That's the A side and the B side. And where is our third guy? Ah, this tin can guy is freaking annoying. Oh, okay, so operator is your answer. Use your operator on the guy and then kill him. Done. So there you have it. A very deep health pool Wukong, almost like an Inaros. Next we'll go to the Lua survival mission, Circulus survival mission. Now let's see what do we get today in the Lua Circulus Conjunction Survival Steel Path mission. That is a mouthful. How many more survival missions are there? They call it arbitration. Now they call it survival straight to the face. But you know, right? They are the same thing. Almost the same mode. Kill, kill, and kill. A lot of them are gonna leave my mission because I presume many of them connect from China, and the ping is gonna suffer. There will be serious lag for them. Yup, and this is a game mode where you, in most cases, will want to camp to keep up with the life support, because the flying ghost thing will eat your life support for breakfast, and the only way to survive is to keep things up as high as possible when they strike. Seriously, how many times they want to revive that cat? Fix the build, man. Fix the build. Oh, how? It's not even a cat. I'm not gonna waste my insta revive on this cat. Player? Yes. And despite the rework, I don't see a lot of Grendel player yet. I think the word to use is rare. Sentients are coming. The scanning happens at around the 4th minute of each rotation. After that, the Sentients will spawn, and then the Acolyte will spawn, and then the 4 flying ghosts will spawn, or when you have 4 players. When you are alone in a solo, I think there's only 1 or 2. I hate that cat or dog. Just die, man. Just die. Say that. Good that you come here. Yup, this flying ghost thing lacks something. Too long a name. I think they run out of names. They're now stacking the names that they could think of. I think we have found ourselves a nice space to camp. Let's camp here. Okay, I can officially declare that 90% slowness is slow enough for survivability. So I can keep my arcane acceleration. Die, die, die. What happened to the spawn stream? These guys are not ready for the mission. Extremely high drop rate for this blueprint. Let's see my twin do its thing. Here you can see the weapon switching without losing any output time. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.